Greetings and salutations. This is going to be kind of a podcast, and most of my videos ultimately are where I talk through logic and kind of understanding of processes. Try to get ideas fleshed out and to um, you know point out options for reworks or things that need to be touched up or redone. And in this video, I want to talk a little bit about the monetization, um, the and how I'm okay with it. Because if there's something that you and most people are on par with this, nobody likes the loot box idea, but most people are on par with the monetization model that they have. And no one wants to get into the pay to win, but on the same token, I'm okay with and I'll use the Silent Legion armor for example. Like, you can tell that the Silent Legion armor is a more refined armor set than the other armor sets in the game. For whatever reason, it looks super high fidelity compared to, and it might have been contracted out by a different artist, and I'm not trying to underplay the current artist ability set, but I would like more stuff like the Silent Legion armor set. Stuff that is like that next level, real. And I'm okay if they want to charge me $5 for Silent Legion armor, something new that has a unique armor set, and they can, it can be borderline pay to win. I don't care, because you end up getting wrecked all the time anyways, and they just take it from you. So for me to have the ability to craft it, and I'm okay with that. Like, because I'm just gonna get wrecked by some Chinese kid who can't afford to buy it, and he's gonna own it. So it's all subjective, anyways. Um, but back to my original talking point, they really need to focus on new monetization models and step away from the current, because I mean, they only got one or two more in them, and then they're played out. They're really played out. Like, I buy them to support Funcom, and because I genuinely believe that they're a good team. I like the direction that they're going, but they need to take a hard look at what they can monetize and kind of redefine some of their packages and some of their support, because I don't know what they're paying for these public servers, but it's got to be a pretty penny. And so, and the answer, I noticed that they're coming out with new games, and new games is good, but if you have an existing player base where somebody already owns, a player base where they already own, 7 million copies of the game, there's no guarantee that people are going to buy 7 million copies of the new game that you come out with. But at least if you come out with quality DLC, you can continue to tap into a market that you already have a participation in, versus trying something from scratch and something from new that there's no telling if they're going to even like it. And so there definitely is a hardcore player base in the Exiles um, fan base. So, as a marketing director or somebody who would sell stuff, I would continue. I don't like to use the word milk, but I would continue to tap into that player base, um, and try to support and develop that community, and really try to hire people that are good at what they do and who have energy and excel at their individual niche. Not one person can do everything, but there are people who are really strong in their niche, and outsource. And if they do good work, ultimately bring them onto the team, as permanent. But outsource. Come up with more varieties of, like, the Silent Legion stuff. Come up with a gladiator, barbarian, very high resolution armor set. Come up with a Viking, Odin type of very defined armor set. And I know some of that stuff kind of already exists, but it's just not the same. Come up with more lore based. Add the Father Sword as a DLC. I'd pay for that shit. I mean, it's just come up with content and put it on the marketplace, and try to make it to where it's high resolution, high fidelity. There's a story behind it. There's some lore. Um, It's comparable with the gear that's the top 10% of the game. You know, the item wise, stat wise, it's the top 10% of the game, and continue to monetize and continue to hire use that monetization to hire quality people so they can support their families and send their kids to school and drive the economy. Anyways, that's kind of my little podcast talk rant thought process, and my position on monetization. I'm okay with it. You know, come up with stuff. Thank you for watching.